learn the history of a family in London. Today we will talk about the life and the family that they live in Ibage and decision to venture and to go in the world of London. The family is Stephanie the mother, Andres the father, and the here Drusman Angela. I love them with very listen different due to the lifestyle of the age of 10. Let us be under dancing Ibage. The fact the mother was a wit was young and dreams that the gear manager to the store and the lie and no language was made very difficult, and the father carry was sugar, but now it emerged that the cold besusion, the feel of the angus that feared the family, it was to mouth the act of thinking about it of the things that the cold eyes enjoy in London, the stability and security of the family world, the world in the London that was his visually of cornerstone, and the flowers and the session that flow the word body and the shade, one of things with the wind decision, the fade unwash and the wrong. Let's start window one the length in the morning. Mother, hello, I am Stephanie, the mother of the family, and had a great running every day. Now I will tie the young morning run and start and the walking in the rain center in the way I go to the room and wash in the face lab and the herbs in the creams and the brush myself. Then I go in the kitchen to the brush bathing and play bread and the pancakes of orange juice. For all food, the member of the family, I go in the tag and the bath in the bath leave my dogger. Thus ending my routine for day. Here London the climb is very mild and the time we while I love temper. Have the facility to put on the clothes with enjoy the comfort and be different Willy Baguette is the S of dreams in London people do not notice the clothes on the dance and the beautiful dream on expression.
Hello, my name is Andres Rodriguez. I am a father of two, a boy and a girl. I am Colombian but currently live in London. I live in London for working reasons. I am a supermarket manager. My working hours are from 8 morning to 12 late and too late to 6 night. My morning routine. I wake up at 6 o'clock on weekdays. I have a cup of tea and 2 pieces of toast for breakfast. I take a shower and get dressed. In winter I get warm because it is very cool and it usually rains a lot. So I dress with a jacket, pants and boots. I put I take it in my bag. Then I put on my coat and leave the house. I walk to the bus stop. I take the bus at at 7:15, pay the fare and sit down. I takes me about 35 minutes to get to the supermarket, which is 12 kilometers away. I usually read the newspaper on the way. I get off of the bus and walk to the supermarket where I manage it. I have to open and clean the office. In the office I work from 8 morning until 12 late.
In the afternoon, the ELA class, I had the mother white lunch and I go to my room to the homework. Sometimes the dog worker in the have the opportunity to play white Hugo, but it's not every day. He is not only friend in the new city. I thought we do not going the same that the cow. Hugo is older than me, so the focus on homework I would on most occasions I leave my homework for school night.
Afternoon mother. Hello guys, I'm mother of the family. I like to my family plans for the day to day in the afternoons that my afternoon base with after 70 and lunch today. Plan to go to Breeze Music so me has everything I wish more the cavity I family to go. The music with selection close the everything close the four conflict of the protein of Bruce. We prepare from our house on the motion, the goat and the breeze. We quite enjoy the beautiful winds that we often London. On the read and the passion in the wish in the heart. We own the 3 and the 79. In the dig myself, getting and the seed. I'm serious to create my voice. Base the weighted of the publicity house to haze in the decast part and the after. The family as clash in the still of the after in Nivage. Of after I had to go to a park and the mic in the swing. Poverty and the party. And in her in London. Of after I was and the common the pound in the one. Scout and the everything. Masquerade on off and the spare and the app and the best decision we have and the family for better future.
My afternoon routine. I get off my work break at 12:05 afternoon. I work for 55 minutes to a restaurant where I usually have lunch. When I finish lunch, I call my children, asking how they are doing and how was their half day. When I finish talking to him, I pay the restaurant bill and go out to scream at a nearby mall. While at the mall, I buy the red fruit ice cream. From there, I will route to the supermarket. Being in the supermarket, I work until 6 night. Usually at Tuesday afternoon, I usually call Starbucks to order a coffee and cookies. With 5 minutes to 6 night, I organize my things to leave for the bus stop. When I on the bus, I sit down, put on my headphones, and listen to music until get home.
Hello, my name is Angela. I am the daughter of Stephanie and Andres. Since the move to this new city, my routine and speed varied and the light different for what is used to me. Practically in my morning, I get up at the 7 in the morning. I might we bed and while my mother makes bread for it get ready to go virtual class. It is so different. I have not been able to have I friends in the place and something and days being in the home in feel a bit sad I take and shower with and head ready to go to class and hate. Finally, I have breakfast and see go by to me that truth is the going to work in half in the class until 20 minutes.
Evening room, mother. Today was and the afternoon my night. My night start and the afternoon come home from school around 70 and I prepare food. For the food and the flow and play and the sandwich and the eye pink. Up my screen and the star and brown more side of about 2 or 3 hours depend on the tie-dye. Today board to work after getting ready and prepared and the help and sleep. I go to sit in the living room on the tea and the watch my novels when I'm bored and enjoy the breath of the moment. And 11 and 9 in go to bathroom to wash my face and the drink and the dog goes putty my hair with a soft music in the background, the space and the green night.
My night routine. After finishing my work schedule, I usually get home by 6:35 night. When I get home, I change my clothes. I took my wife and help her cook dinner. When we finish dinner, serving in the dining room, we have a small family reunion, talking about what happened during the day. My daughter does the dishes and my son cleans the dining room. At 8 o'clock, I go to the gym. The gym is 3 minutes from home. I usually finish my gym route in 1 hour and 35 minutes. When I leave the gym, I return home at night 15 night. After returning home, I take a bath, put on my pajamas and go to the split at 10:30 night.
Honestly, I am very bad at math too, so at night when my dad comes home from work. We ask the his helps my wife's dad to have day in the half dinner at night. I Nick White's movie or our habit is comic movies. It is excellent way to end today. Last day my mother accompanies the Roman in this room and kiss is my good night.
Last month, we went and visited many places. The first thing we did when we arrived in London was to look for a school for Angela. After we found good school for Angela, we went to a shopping mall, bought clothes, food and necessary supplies for everyone. That same day, we left the shopping at home and went to Will Caled, London Eye and Cannon, as the Millennium Wheel. I was near the Westminster Bridge that day with a great time. There were lots of pictures, loud and we had its rain. Another day, we went to the British Museum because Stephanie wanted to go and learn more about the history of our new home. It was very interesting because there were mummies, paintings and sculptures. That day we had a great time and learned a lot. Andres wanted to go to visit the Stamford Bridge soccer stadium. since it's the stadium of his favorite team Chelsea Football Club. The entrance costs $5 for each one. That day we learned about that soccer club. We managed to enter the field area. We had hamburger with soda and did not have a good time.
No tower can is on the heart, and the wish accompany in the heart in the dice. That is wish must start to the wish in the future, and the abyss future in the parents. In words, in the verse in the parents' grandfathers, unclear to dice affected in the words of the world, in reality worried after the can honesty, beautiful and fatness, futuring the war in emotion. Lonely lies the delight of affective after tie. The vested tie London, Gavis Moon and the Muarif was half and the half is summoned to go everything in London and person is totally immersed in the Taiwan war, which the time in the June, or here in the moment and June, Gavis one, Navy Moon and the whip pine unclear in the country and in city, but every moment the mice in the London medicine mother friends to the shed go for me mass. What were everything? The first day moment I'm dying clean hair, for everything hey life. Very would neverthing, the next day as usual, on a very two way. The witted of editor, where the drum come true, trying to fuel on the dream, that I would back to discovery, ne passion, which made the food I live in the pine of happy in the gold affront and the friends, and lucky the farm having in plantation. At that time, we come on a human beginning the phone people and that my London was a will a wall with did to achieve and is get of the human base to feel safe, full and social. All this in word the sacrifice. London has saved and the family everything. The way everything dry on the moor was it lost in the arrival in the London. Muddy of train, reality and the sun and the more of the more. London is strength in life.